Peace fam, happy Friday. It's ThePreshaCooka and I'm back with another video. In this video, I'm going to be breaking down some ironies, honey. Some of the ironies that I see here on the YouTube streets, okay? And I'm also going to be talking about some of the energetic things that I notice on YouTube, specifically dark energies in certain people and how to deal with that. So if you're interested in that, stick around. So guys, yeah, I've been watching a little bit of things here and there, and the crazy part about being on YouTube is that it just kind of cycles, right? Like you kind of see things repeat, but it may not always be with the same people. Definitely similar tactics. You see a repeat in those things, and one of the things I've noticed is this. Okay, there are people on here. There's a lot of people on here who talk so much shit about other people. Okay. And I'm not talking about just commentary, right? Because I do commentary on celebs. I also do commentary on other YouTubers. So let's keep it real and call a spade a spade. There is a difference between commenting and then when you cross the line into harassing, doxing, and just being fucking obnoxious, okay? I'm talking about the people who are doing the harassment, the doxing, and just doing the absolute most, okay? So I've noticed that some of the people who do talk the most shit, they end up trying to request others to keep their names out of their mouths. Now let's be honest here, okay? I think there's an exception. If people are lying on you, marring your name, defaming you, starting with you for no reason, and just doing certain unethical things, then I can understand you saying, listen, keep my name out your mouth, homie. Okay, but if you talk shit about people for a living, aka most of the commentary that we see in the beef sector, or most of the commentary that we see about celebs, do you guys think it's fair for those same people to turn around and be like, don't talk about me? Once again, unless you're being lied on or being defamed. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments, because when I really think about it, you know, let's say, we'll give an example. Remember when Toxisque Diamond got into it with Treecy, right? Now we know that there's issues there on both sides, but one of the things that stood out to me was that Toxisque Diamond literally is a gossip channel. She talks about other people, okay? She's not always talking about the best sides of the people, and that's fine because that's her commentary, and she does good commentary. But you know, how do you do that for not a living, but how is that your main bread and butter on your channel? And then you turn around and say that to somebody else who does similar things and tell them not to talk about you. Once again, are they defaming you? You know, are they making up lies about you? It doesn't make any sense. It kind of seems like you're trying to create a power differential. I could do this over here and I'm gonna turn a blind eye to it, but you can't do that over there. And that makes no damn sense to me at all. Okay? Nothing at all. And I'm building up to something, all right? One other thing I noticed is the people who do the most harassing ask for privacy and to be left alone. So when it gets too hot in the kitchen, these people who's steady been harassing people, we should say harassing, okay? Because that should be a whole word, harassment and doxing. The people who are doing the harassment and doxing turn around and then say, leave me alone. I'm going to call the Popo. I'm going to call the feds. I'm going to call Interpol. I'm going to call the Galactic Federation. They're going to call every goddamn body because they're messy as hell. And then poke on them, poke on them, poke until them almost get them head bite off. And then at the point when they almost get their head bite off, that's when they want to call in the authorities, okay? The authorities to help them. How does that make any sense? I'm going to give you another example, okay? Nosey Heaux has been out here harassing the fuck out of anybody named Monica, Monique. If you got an avatar and no picture, you're getting harassed, okay? She's been literally doing this for weeks, guys. And then in her recent video, she turns around and says, I'm going to get the feds involved. That's when I clicked out the video. I'm going to kick out the Rascal video. Come and say, weird. What is going on here? You've been doxing the fuck out of people, okay? You've been doxing the drawers off of people. And then you want to turn around. And then this is my favorite part. My favorite part was her call to action. She actually asked people who were watching to help her call the feds. Not the Jamaicans. Not the Jamaican people that you said were pedophiles and criminals, because you know there's some of them lurking in the bushes watching your chat, honey. Okay, because we don't forget. We don't forget. And she was really calling for help. And I'm like, you have been harassing these people that you don't know for weeks. And you're asking for reprieve. You're asking to be left alone. Make it make sense. You know what this reminds me of, guys? for my resident beef sector watchers and viewers. Y'all remember when the lady over there in Chicago, because we're going to call her that because she gets too excited when people say her name. The lady over there in Chicago, all right, she was in a long-standing beef with another woman named VS. And they were going back and forth for a while. And then things get too hot. And then the lady in Chicago decides that she was going to put a restraining order on this woman, VS. Now, here's where things got really messed up. She put the restraining order on VS and then turn around and continue to harass VS, okay? Make it make sense. So now that lady can't say her name, but she can say that lady's name. And she ate off of that for months, okay? For months. In fact, she ate off of that till that lady, eventually left YouTube for a short period. I'm sure she'll be back. This is what I'm talking about. The chronic harassers requesting reprieve. Now, let's be honest. We know that other person, VS, also did some harassing. So we're not trying to paint her in an angelic light here. I'm just pointing out the obvious that some of these people who are chronic harassers turn around and ask for reprieve, turn around and ask to be left alone, turn around and request privacy. You don't get no privacy. Because you've been a whole damn demon out here. This is not how it works. That's not how the universe works, okay? Okay, let's get into the law of reciprocity. You're out here doing the absolute most, harassing people, putting innocent people's names and faces online, and then you want to turn around and say that, oh, help me out, call the popo. No. And I'm sure there's going to be people who are going to do it. Me no feel sorry for you. And I'm going to tell you this, guys. I am a very compassionate person, but see, there's certain things that I can't stand. I cannot stand a toxic ass person who, they do all the things and then they turn around and tell people to not do those same things. I can't deal with people like that. I can't do it. I can't take you seriously. Okay. Some of the other ironies, some of the most opinionated people are the first ones to block you, not for disrespect. So y'all know I block people over here if you are being disrespectful, if you're attacking other people. And most of the times I give your ass a warning. I'll be like, you better act right. Because I really don't like to block people. But if you are just fucking disrespectful and obnoxious, you may just get blocked without warning. And I don't need to worry about that with my subscribers, because my subscribers know they can respectfully disagree with me. I have people who disagree with me, and I love that shit because that means you're thinking for yourself. I don't delete comments just because you disagree with me or because you have an alternative perspective. But there's so many people who they can't deal. They're so opinionated. But the moment you state something that's counter to what they believe, they fall apart. They melt down. Okay, they can't handle it. And then, they either embarrass you in the chat, threaten to block you, or just flat out block you. And I just can't take those people seriously because, they have the emotional intelligence of concrete. I just don't understand. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about, shifting gears a bit, we talked a bit about the ironies of YouTube. Let's talk about some of the things that I've noticed, all right? So, we got a little bit of mess, and we're going to get a little bit of healing too. So, guys, I've been noticing, and I've been noticed this, but I think it's just increasing in intensity. There are certain people on here, they got some dark ass energy. I'm not talking about situational. We all have our moments, okay? When we get into our lower self and, we do all kinds of stupid shit or say stupid shit, and not necessarily online, but in our everyday lives, right? I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about people who are perpetually in a state of dark energy, okay? And what I've noticed about these people, see, this is the thing. Some of these people are feeding off of their subscribers. They're literally energy feeding off of their subscribers because their subscribers kind of keep the cycle going, okay? The subscribers are kissing their ass and, rah-rahing and cheering them on while they do stupid shit. And meanwhile, they're feeding off of that. And it's not the subscriber's fault. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that is the equation, that is the transaction that's happening. So what I want to say to you is, I'm going to keep it short and sweet with this part. Be aware of your energy field. Not just as a subscriber, but also obviously as a content creator. Clear your energy field often, okay? If you are an empath or a sensitive person, you know what I'm talking about. And you don't even have to be that. You could just be anything and know what I'm talking about, okay? There's different ways to do that. I would definitely be paying attention to that, especially as content creators, because I just see there's so many. I don't want to get into the specifics of it and spill too much tea, but there's a lot of stuff that's going on, guys, behind the scenes. There's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. So be careful. It's not only about what can affect you physically. Obviously, it can affect you mentally, and it can also affect you spiritually. That's all I'm going to say. Catch them gems if you want to. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments. And guess what? I'll see you in the next video. Happy Friday. Bye.